Hello, I wanted to come on here, introduce myself, talk about why I stopped teaching yoga and how I fell in love with Pilates. So this channel used to be called S. Mason Yoga, that's my name, Sarah Mason. Now it's called Drift Movement Studio, and it's really more of a Pilates forward channel. Teaching yoga was a big part of my identity for a long time, and I practiced yoga for years before I started teaching it. Um, I I loved it. Like, if you think of this Venn diagram of things you're good at and things you're passionate about, and then what's in the middle of that Venn diagram, like those are the things you should pursue. And that is exactly what teaching yoga felt like for me. It felt like this is what I'm meant to be doing. And yet, so I wouldn't have believed you like 5 years ago if you told me that I would have started teaching, I would have quit teaching yoga and started teaching Pilates. But here I am. And we evolve, we change, we're allowed to evolve, we're allowed to change. So I want to tell you a little bit about the story of how I fell in love with Pilates. So I was teaching at a studio in Halifax, where I'm from, on the east coast of Canada. And the manager asked me, my classes were going well, they were well attended. The manager asked me if I would like to join the studio's specific Pilates teacher training so I could have more offerings. I was trying to teach full time, which, if any of you are full time, whatever kind of instructor, movement teacher, you know that it is a grind. So I agreed to it. I joined the Pilates teacher training without even really practicing Pilates, which I do not recommend. They should definitely have a movement practice in the modality that you want to teach before you start teaching it. Anyways, that's not what I did. I jumped right into it. So I started my Pilates teacher training and I started doing Pilates, and I was like, it was not love at first sight. I was not sure about it. It was a lot of pulsing and loud electronic dance music and pulsing to the beat, like dun, dun, dun. And yeah, it was so far from like the mind body, slow, more clinical Pilates I often teach now. And yeah, I like to make it fluid and fun and draw on like the inspiration from yoga and other movement modalities, but it's so different from the Pilates I eventually moved towards. So I was hesitant. It was a slow burn. I then found Stop Pilates, which I went on to do my comprehensive teacher training. So I'm trained on all of the equipment. I'm a comprehensively trained Stop Pilates instructor, not yet certified, but working really, really hard towards that. And Stott is a really fantastic Canadian company. It's contemporary Pilates brand. It blends the original work of Joseph Pilates with modern rehabilitative science, with biomechanics, with anatomy. And I love that. Like, I'm such a movement nerd. I love learning about how the body works. And I slowly became more and more fascinated. I slowly drifted further and further away from yoga as I came closer and closer and like dove more and more into Pilates. And it was this moment, this realization that it wasn't about Pilates. It was how Pilates, it was the way this modality, it changed the way I saw movement. It changed the way I experienced movement in my body. Nothing had ever made me feel so at home, so grounded and at home in my body. I realized the capacity, the power of Pilates to help you do all of the other things you want to do. That was it for me, because I was someone who did a lot of I still do a lot of high intensity movement. I was a competitive runner for years. I did triathlons. I did half Ironmans. I lifted weights. I love lifting weights in the gym. I work as a port inspection diver in the Canadian Armed Forces, so my job demands that I be strong and functionally fit. I love climbing. I love adventures outside. I love going places with my own two legs, with this shell, this body that houses all my thoughts and dreams and takes me all these wonderful places. And I realized Pilates can help me keep doing all those things. Pilates is this like secret tool for longevity. Pilates really is this foundation. It is the foundation of our home. It is a tool for me and for you to help you go into the world and go do all those other things you want to do. That's what Pilates does. So whatever it is you want to do, if you want to run a marathon, if you want to prepare to carry and birth a baby, if you want to just have the shoulder girdle stability to carry your groceries, or challenge your strength, challenge the capacity of your body, or just maintain your mobility as you age, to keep doing the activities you want to do into your 50s, your 60s, your 70s. I want to help you do all those things. I want to share the way Pilates can help you keep doing all those things. Pilates is a tool. Pilates is not the end goal. Pilates is the tool to bring you closer to whatever it is you want to do in the rest of your life, out in the world. Okay, so that is a little bit of my why. And now the what of this channel. So like I said, it is a Pilates forward, Pilates founded movement channel. We're gonna do Pilates. We're also gonna draw on strength, breath, mobility, nervous system restoration, so recovery practices, stillness practices. We're gonna weave it all together. I'm gonna draw on different modalities. I'm not a Pilates evangelist. I believe that there are many wonderful ways to move your body. And Pilates will just be the lens that I'm teaching through most often. It's not one or the other. It's not Pilates or yoga. That was just a little hook, okay? It's Pilates and yoga. It's Pilates and running and climbing and yoga and for me anyways. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do here. I have a goal to open an equipment-based Pilates studio in the next 1 to 2 years, but I still want to pour my energy into this online movement community, because I believe so deeply in Pilates that I want to make it more accessible. I want to make it more, it's like making Pilates democratic, you know? It's like anyone can access it. Like running, that's why I love running. Like you put your shoes on and you hit the trail. I know that like you don't need a boutique fitness studio membership. I couldn't afford those classes. I couldn't afford equipment-based classes until I was teaching the equipment-based classes. So then the classes were free for me because I was teaching at the studio. But yeah, I know that they're not affordable for everyone. But here anyone can be part of a Drift Movement Studio. You need some floor space and an internet connection, and we're moving. So I really want to keep pouring my energy, my life force into teaching movement online as well. I'm so happy you're here to move with me. A couple other things about me: my credentials, probably the least interesting thing. Like I said, comprehensively trained Stop Pilates instructor. I'm a functional range conditioning mobility specialist. Mobility and Pilates go together like peanut butter and jelly. Okay, they are just like, they draw on each other. They go back and forth so fluidly. They're so good together. I'm working on my pre and post natal corrective exercise specialist certification with Sarah Duvally from Core Exercise Solutions. I'm really excited to weave that in here to help women, to support them on whatever stage of life they're in. I'm also a registered nurse. That is what I went to school for. I am not currently working as a nurse. Nursing was not for me, but it still informs the way I see health and wellness. More importantly, I am a movement nerd. Like I said, I love to learn about the body. I love to learn about how we move and how we can move better, and share little snippets of it, of my movement education in fun movement classes, and create movement experiences for you where you're learning with, learning from, learning together, being in your body. So Drift Movement Studio is for people who are just dipping their toe into Pilates. It's for people who've been practicing Pilates for years. It is for people who maybe feel slightly allergic to Pilates culture, like I did at first and still sometimes do. You don't need the perfect matching set. I will usually be teaching in my boyfriend's oversized t-shirt and comfy clothes. I mean, don't sue me if I sometimes have a matching set on. I'm just a girl. I'm I want you to I want it what I want you to take away is that you do not have to be this picture perfect Pilates girly. This is Pilates and movement for anyone, for any stage of life. I'm so happy you are here with me. I would love if you subscribed to my channel. I would love if you checked out my website, my online movement platform, Drift Movement Studio. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Substack, where I write about whatever is on my heart and mind, lots of health and movement adjacent life tidbits. And yeah, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to move with you.